going on Undying at first blood. .jpg.
Yeah.
That's not going to work out, my friends. Not at all.
Yeah, it was never gonna happen, which makes it all the more interesting.
16 strength.
Went for the first point up, hit on Malice.
Yeah.
Is the most useless spell, pretty much.
Not the most useless one, not technically, but it is pretty bad. I agree on that. There's worse.
I mean, the disable duration is less than the ice path level.
It could be static field level 1. Just saying, just throwing it out there. It could be the Zeus passive. Because that is literally
Alright.
Gotta give me that one.
That's true.
I mean, yeah, it's not really good. It's a 0.9 second disable with 2, so you could argue that it might be something that you never get into first, but it's gonna get hit on the other castle.
Now it's doing literally nothing to prevent this first blood. Still in the way. Oh, that made sure here the Kiro taking that. So despite the shrine and advocates are dying, normally you say, hey, not exactly a good idea because you can steal strength from many heroes. I'm not sure overpower him for now.
Yeah, just imagine if they had like the Atrophy Aura to just reduce damage on the Undying, or the Firestorm to get the first blood in return on the Jakiro. Either of those spells would have ensured that they get the first blood instead. Or like that they don't even go on the Undying. So it's a small mistake going for the Pit of Malice. I think it's a little bit more of a panic move they made. But yeah. Overall, in terms of draft, just to get back to it for a second, I feel like the GGWellPlayed lineup has a little bit more synergy, but the MH12 one has a lot of pushing power. They have Jakiro and Shadow Shaman, that's 2 supports who independently not only provide protection and lockdown in teamfights, but they also kill those tires insanely fast once they reach a certain level.
That's true. I mean, Jakiro can always just steadily blink away once you max out the liquefier. And there we go, we already see the impact. Having the Firestorm now. Tombstone also coming into play. Starting to stack up some of these zombies, but be able to get them quickly enough here for the time being, one would think. Yeah, this is the strength of the Undying. Look at this, 24 strength stolen. Means that he's unkillable with all the health points, and it also means that he's hitting like a truck.
Yeah, it's like he can't die.
Same time, I mean, do you agree with this Trident anyway, considering also that can lead to Doom to his own devices? I mean,
not at all.
Getting his levels.
Never go Tridining in Undying. It gives them so much, and now they're going to start rolling, meaning the Underlord is going to get some levels. Once they reach like the critical mass of like level 3, level 4, they're going to run over them. They might kill the Undying once or twice before, if Shadow Shaman doesn't get stuck on boulders, that is, but I feel like this is kind of wasted time with the Jakiro, and they have to either rotate him mid and make sure that this Viper does not lose to the Sniper, which he currently is, or you just try to rotate towards the bottom and help the Doom and just do anything but sit in that lane, and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna smoke up from mid, and oh, Sniper, you're so overextended, my friend.
Yeah, he realized, but just a little bit too late. He's gonna be brought down. Yeah, check those with the right clicks.
Carry Kiro. Woo!
I mean, getting all the kills as he should.
What's your opinion on Jakiro mid?
Dragons. Let's look at that.
What?
Pretty sure.
It can work. I've seen that work in specific lineups where you know you win the lane. For example, Dragon Knight is a prime example. If there's like a Dragon Knight mid and you pick Jakiro, it's just absolutely crazy what you can do with farm on the 0. They're gonna get Undying top.
Yeah, but not a good start.
Yeah, you get sniper.
Cowsley, please die. Not even. Not them picked up. So kind of preoccupying them. Oh no, it's just roots here towards it. Kiro, Cowsley heating up a bit with the stealth. Shackles on the hero that still has all the stealth points left, so they will be able to make it back out of it.
That one time they actually had a bit of malice that it was useful, he did not respect or did not keep track when the next enemy will be rooted, and they didn't get the Jakiro because of it. Nothing gets out of this in the end. And that's a heavy commitment. That's also a tombstone kill.
Or at least it let's cut them through more of the region. Jakiro got himself some extra. With that self, they also have a lot of stick charges of Phantom Assassin to pretty much get it back up to full, some extra technos to share, so this lane is not broken just yet.
Not completely, but I'm a little bit worried because first of all, there's alright. I guess the Viper is doing like pretty bad for them. Their upside for the Stry lane is that the Doom is doing pretty well, so he doesn't need like any additional heroes. He also picked up an Invis rune, completely unscouted. Sniper does kind of smell it though, I would argue. It's a level 3 shrapnel, so he has to get pretty close for the last hits. Interestingly enough, usually you don't see the max shrapnel anymore. It's reasonable against the Viper, but the headshot is also quite nice because he can trade more efficiently with the Viper.
Yeah. That's a preference kind of thing. But I mean, Viper, you'd think one of the heroes, oh yeah, it doesn't really care much about magic because of corrosive skin, but he actually does because it's not as powerful as you think, just numerically. You still feel it if you max out the shrapnel early, and that's why we've seen him drop so low earlier. For now, Shackles actually coming out as they do the math in their head, they realize that they can't actually kill this Underlord at this point.
Yeah,
If the Underlord didn't work next to them.
Might be going again. It's like, yeah, like this stand off top. They have a tombstone if they want to work with that. Not another X for nothing. So now he's absolutely right that
Look at Sniper. Oh wow, I actually like
Sniper here.
coming in, finally securing some of these kills. 1 and 2. Zombies keep track of Jakiro. Double kill for Fake.
Headshot. Wow. 3-kill Sniper, what a TP. The dream. In mid lane it actually rotates. Another making good old rotating Sniper with her boots.
Let's find Doom down bottom, force him to the wrong side of the woods. So just run him down with some time locks. Good.
Yeah, level 3 time lock. That's pretty. That's the upside of this lane against the Doom. They got a little bit unfortunate because the first basically the first creep that Doom found was the Zephyr, and he has the Unholy Aura, which gives him the health region. It just makes his lane so much easier. Like you basically get like free level 3, level 4, level 5, only if you find that creep for early on.
Certainly have to trade as much as we're despite this range disadvantage. But helping get a lot of these levels, that doesn't mean that they're still trying. Oh, it doesn't mean that they don't still try and punish him as much as they can.
Jakiro already positioned in mid. Want to find the Sniper. I'm not sure they can get close to him. Viper has no boots. There is boots on the Jakiro and an Orb of Venom for some reason, but there's face boots on Sniper. Like the moment he scouts anything, unless it's the Shaman instantly hexing him, he's out of there. I think they realize.
He knows something's amiss.
Yeah, and PA is going so low now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody's helping PA. That's like a dead giveaway.
Tower needs some friends. Same as you, Tide Hunter.
Shaman already coming back, so Jakiro alone, there's no way he can set up for this kill. Actually, might if they want to dive the tower. There's let someone with Viper. Straight up, can just straight up walk in with Viper strike, but.
Oh, now he has an industry with Viper. Sniper's gonna expect that Viper's gonna sit in mid trying to gank him, but instead he's moving towards the top lane. They're already trying to set up for the onslaught. Tombstone is up there, it's a level 2 one.
From the Shadow Shaman already down a half health. Viper will now reveal himself. Unlock straight up says, nope, I'm not doing this. Trying to set up his teammates at the same time. Unable to do so. This makes directly damage to Ding Ding. Ninja Hattori, however one call him.
Showing out for the Doom at bottom. That's an okay investment. He's getting Battle Fury. Might as well spend it for a kill to get some extra farm.
It's always a good idea to have that on cooldown if you know that you're not going to get a better kill anyway without in the next 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, and Venge kind of enjoys this as well. She's level 5. She's gonna hit like level 6 really soon. Undying is on 4, so the turn probably goes towards him. They have a lot of levels to work with on GGWellPlayed. MH12 a little bit more less fortunate with on level 3 on Jakiro, but they're trying to change that again with a rotation mid. But this time there's a Venge. Like they might be getting the Venge, but even that is a hard kill. Sniper's gonna trade out at least one support if they just blankly go on him.
Well, will they actually pull the trigger on this? That's Rave. A lot of trouble here. Almost dying just to the decay spam. He's trying to find inside the trees. He's jumping his way out. Tombstone already committed, but not actually spawning a zombie on him, so we'll be fine actually. It's room time though, and GG would secure 2.
There's still 2 to claim at the bot. Oh, sniper here. Oh no, that's a shrapnel. Oh, he's screwed. He's so screwed. Is he? Yep, he did. Level 1 ice path, that's not going to work.
Gonna be another kill though.
Triple kill!
Oh, Self was ready. Could have survived the Kiro.
Maybe.
No, he had it, but didn't use it.
Okay, yeah.
Anyways, it's a triple kill for Sniper, solo, without any help. So, yeah, Sniper.
So you have a farm Sniper in the farm places void. I don't really
Against
see
the
it
PA.
changing anytime soon. Against, yeah. Even PA will be too down bottom. Trying to deal with big void security anyway, just bringing everybody down here. But Sniper says hello, almost getting a kill with Shadow Shaman, not quite though now. Right in front means that he can't quite the job. Now the kill him instead. So much power on whoever gets the right click, and Jakiro should
No headshots.
unless if they can keep in range, but they can't.
Yeah, they had no headshot, no shrapnel charge left. So, fortunately, 5H12 they did get out of that one. But the advantage keeps stacking up. Yes, they killed the Void, but at what cost? Like, they rotated 4 heroes. PA was not farming at all because Unloaded is just hitting her. Has a Vanguard up and running, so he practically does not get harassed by this PA at all. It's... looking down the road, it's just, I feel like at one point the Sniper will just get a Silver Edge. He's good for the Hurricane Pike for now, which is just as good, but they have 2 heroes who can easily deal with both Viper and the PA.
I really like that Hurricane Pike idea. It would solve a lot of these issues, or not so much issues if you super farmed anyway, it's like inconveniences.
Yeah, it is a pretty good item against like Ice Storm.
Then that happened.
There's another chrono. Just for good measure.
Dyer's bottom.
They also tried to sort of go on Sniper mid, they almost lost their support, so they're not really well suited for diving towers at this point.
Dyer's bottom tower is about to
or Viper's still
flounder.
out.
Yeah, this is a really tough situation. The Faith is just running away with this game on the Sniper. Sitting, well, he's actually not on top of the net worth. It is the Face's Void, leading slightly by 8 gold. Okay, that's acceptable.
Quick mouse.
Hey, the numbers are moving, it's hard, okay? He's 1 mud golem ahead.
It's... Thing is, how much does it actually matter in the grand scheme of things?
Not at all.
Virtually the same goal.
Well, what does matter is that the PA is falling behind. Like she's on par with the Underlord. That's never a thing you want, especially if you're on the tri lane. Like, if a tri laning against an Underlord Undying lane, a lane that will do fine if they only slightly lose, and they did manage to break out even. So that's a big win for them. And now they're 5 gold ahead. Ooh, didn't get a boom off.
All the lanes gonna try and come in for one. Oh no! But he's joking. No, now the shrapnel coming in. They're ready to fight. Castle with no tombstone. Yeah, this brings on these trees. The sun onto NLE. But they have to swap back. Doom. No shadow. They just cannot afford to just stand around there. Try and walk away. Viper against the sniper from the back. There. Stun. The right clicks. Way too powerful. No.
And another headshot.
You cannot help there. You just be
Yeah, that's just straight up chain feeding. They were fighting into a tombstone without any setup. They failed their initial attempt and got turned around. And our sniper participates in three different kills. It's a 6k ult lead, 14 minutes now. This looks way more one-sided than the last game. However, we did kind of see more from GGWellPlayed. So it takes shape just like the last game, but this time there's no rubber banding effect for MH12. But it can just come back into the game with good rotations. They have the weaker heroes for that.
But they can't hope for those over extensions like the Underlord. Just fighting despite the TPs coming in.
Dire's middle tower is under
a little
pressure.
bit tankier than he actually is. So without the Doom, just because of the power of Infernal Blade, they can still secure these kills with time. But they only really have the time. It's not looking away at them doing it. So they can take him out of the picture somehow. Maybe there's a chance. But even then, like as you said, it's super hard.
Yeah. How do you?
The Undying still to contend with, which is
exactly
powerful at this stage.
How do you reach the sniper? There's a chrono. There's an Undying tombstone. There's a Venge swapping out if you reach him. There's just too much. That's a good start getting the Undying though. The Doom expanded, but I guess that's okay.
Take what you're gonna get at this point. And can they get Underlords for a question or not? Still sitting very confident. And he's gone on populism now. And cancelled it. What? Just try and ignore that this happened. He didn't get the chance to press his ultimate there. And then he died. Not sure if it would have gone off actually, it's still level 1. Basically it takes forever to go off. So.
Yeah, but cancelling it is not really helping out.
No.
I think he would have made it out. He survived for like quite some time. Huh. Might be misclick. Happens.
Yeah, it happens. Most important thing is that Faces Void about it, ability timing about a couple of gold. Maelstrom is the next choice for the sniper.
And that's why it becomes a nightmare, especially against like Viper and PA. Because that's one of the items that just procs 3D evasion. They're gonna go on the Underlord again, Bob. He's pretty dead.
And gonna need some help from fire damage around and that's not the route. Fade made rotation finally, but just a little bit too late. And sniper still forced on forward into almost into the ice path and now jumped on. Assassin cannot be alone here, but he's left his own devices. Couple right there. Nice one. Sitting the magnifier though. Oh, what a jump. Still takes the Doom to finish the job and then 4 heroes in total somehow.
It was a good trade, but it felt like Sniper could have killed 4 people there without aggressively force-stuffing into the enemy team.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of enabled them. They thought it's a mistake, and it was a mistake initially, and they had, like, they dived on a tower and overextended themselves, so both sides were overextending, and it turned out to be in Sniper's favor, but I feel like he should not have died there. Like, he's still ahead, even if he gets, like, 4 kills. How much money does he get from that? Like, Doom got 800 gold out of this one. Sniper got, like, 200, and has a split kill of the Undying finishing someone off. He actually died before Doom died. So the 400 there is not even factored for him. So Sniper effectively got 600 and lost 800. Oh,
Right player.
What hurts?
That's a panic chrono if I haven't seen one.
No, that's the I really want my Battle Fury without dying chrono.
He would have been fine just time walking up to high ground. Pretty sure.
Oh, DDPA. Can always get lucky.
Are Radiant using
Still looking to score.
echolocation?
Right here, right now, they've drawn line. That Sniper sitting on the high ground here behind the tier 1 tower. He wants to defend this though, even without the there. There's obviously a certain watch with the Macropie there from the side. The creeps actually take out the tower, so the circle was not there for too long.
Yeah, Sniper is pretty good against the Shadow Tower as well, especially if you get some attack speed.
bottom tower is under attack.
God.
Radiant's
Big crit. That was without the DG.
structures
That's on the half out.
attack the heroes. Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
it's
tower
that PA.
faces
I
a
mean,
stiff
he's
wind.
not falling too far behind the farm as you might expect here.
Yeah, he has Desolator at level 12, so it's on 340% crits. And he really hates the Undying.
I would too, honestly, after that lane. Yeah.
Problem is there's so much sustain, and with the Vanguard on the Underlord, he's going, oh god, he's straight up going for the halberd. I like the play a lot on him. He's not going for like the Crimson build or going for like a pipe, no. But they're gonna suffer the magic damage and just straight up go for the halberd. Make sure Sniper will have the upper hand.
I don't want the PA right now, but the septic the size of the gonna take the first first. And with the extra shaman, it might just be enough to back up on the side, bring him down. The ultimate will save him and Saber.
But
Zombie is also stacking up. Face starts like actually, it looks like he might be able to with the shrapnel, but
Zombies in trouble.
could be next on the list. That's gonna do a grab off, and that'll be the end of the Sniper too. Very scrappy fight.
That was
200 extra gold for Windwalker.
I think that was super questionable, TPing out with the Underlord. I think that's one of the instances where he should have cancelled it. He knew he's gonna get out. He knew that the Undying will die. So I feel like if he just stood there and just tanked more damage, give like 4 or 5 extra seconds to the Sniper would have made it out and like just killed like 3-4 people.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason they have the Underlord in this lineup is for him to basically be the front line, die for the Sniper. Same with the Void. Void was doomed and Sniper was like, if you look on the map, like, yeah, they drew it the same. Sniper was sitting here, entire fight, and just hit here, didn't care. Like, he was completely spraying out and killed 3 people. He did so much damage in that fight, and they ended up losing it because Underlord did TP out. That's 4k gold advantage down the drain, down to 2, maybe 3k gold. That's not ideal, and PA will slowly come online.
At the same time, it was a very awkward fight to take to begin with because they were running after the PA here to kind of stretch out on this line. And then MH12 has just found the perfect initiation, has taken out the Chrono, finding the Doom on the right target instantly. So if that fight starts with the Chronosphere instead, it just it gets so much easier in comparison for GG.
Yeah, and why is it starting with a Chronosphere is a good question. Why is this Void fighting with a Battle Fury? That's not the item you want when you constantly go for like Chronos and fight. So instead he wants to go for farming. He wants to finish up like a Shadowblade, like a Lincoln Sphere, which coincidentally he both has queued up. So at least the item choices are right. But it doesn't really fit his playstyle on the Void with the Battle Fury.
Yeah, at the same time, like he doesn't need to do damage inside the Chronosphere.
True, but it's all about having that backup. What do you do if the Sniper gets jumped on? If the Sniper is taken out of the fight, then you need to have your duo core, because MH12 has one as well. They have Viper and PA. They both do damage, and they have good auxiliary supports. Meanwhile, they have an Undying, so they're kind of on an early game timing. Undying later on just doesn't have as much effect.
Some of the smoke and quick jump on Jakiro, hashtag still dragon abuse. Don't forget about dragons die like this every time.
It's a Jakiro, it's fine.
Bad. Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under
Take the
attack.
opportunity to punish this mid tier 2 tower.
Radiant's top tower
By
is
flicking
under
away from the back.
Dire's
Two
middle
lanes picking
tower
at the same
is
time
under
though, so
pressure.
I think they want to even go further, force the mine that way.
Top tower is
Why
under
they do
attack.
that? It's me, your Uber driver. 5 rotation, missing no swap
They're trying
available.
to bring down Radiant's top tower.
I could use the vulnerability though at the very least. And looks like they don't really bother about this tier 1 top.
Radiant's top tower is
Whoever
under
bothers about T1 top?
Radiant's
Like, who bothers about this
Ever in my pub games. Like this is the last tower that stands. You look at it, click it once, and all of a sudden 5 people show up.
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yes,
It's stupid.
I agree. I think that's one of the Radiant advantages. So if you look at the top tower, you have like this area in the trees where you can free TP and set up any ganks from. If you take it the opposite tower on the bottom lane, it is, you don't have that TP spot. You don't, like, you have one highway from the jungle, you maybe have one from there, but you can set up in this spot over here and just be absolutely fine.
I'll get to his teammate, but Sniper coming in from the back. That's from my son from Say, where the stun is there to prevent the beam. He is already dead. Everyone else is soon to follow. Well,
Sniper here.
I was talking about. These two couples for the price of one just have a little bit more fireworks, but it's a combo that still works very, very effectively right now. They'll get the tier 1 tower on top.
Dire's top tower
Low
is
all
under attack.
the efforts
Yeah, this is looking pretty solid for them now. They decide to go for the extra attack speed on the side, but not the shrapnel DPS. I feel like the DPS would have been extremely good with the he's about to get level. But yeah, Sniper is going completely out of control, and they always have the underlord to go for. Apparently it's defending TP. Okay, we're not defending.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
He was out of mana, so maybe a bit selfish.
What do you mean this is a team game?
Not in my games.
Shadowblade up on the void. GGW did scout it out, so he knows there's something up and he saw it disappear, so probably the Shadowblade spotted out as well. Small item tower remaining on the bottom lane, and they're already setting up for it. Like, they're playing really disciplined in terms of voice, not pushing out lane solo against the Doom. It's more like the Sniper with +1 sitting somewhere, and then they rotate and pull themselves together and go as 5. At this point, I would almost say it's still the Battle Fury is kind of questionable, because you want to farm up with the Battle Fury. It's not just like a late game insurance. Just imagine if you had, like, I don't know, even an early blink, and I would even go so far and say, what if you had an Aghanim Scepter instead? Then he would definitely catch the Doom every time, and Sniper would just destroy the team.
Yep. Well, that's something to be said for that.
Bottom tower is under attack.
But, well, hopefully just, I mean, hopefully for them doesn't just end up costing them because they don't have more effective team fight item.
Yeah, I mean, with the Sniper, it should be fine.
If they can still just fight around the chronosphere, use the long cooldowns and whatnot, and it's still going to be absolutely fine because the Sniper, I mean, he's level 18, hitting for 200 something apart. And I can have the top time and the Meltron procs. They'll have the top time coming out, but there's as well. He's just going to take all of that, but Sniper picking away and flip forward, fall stuff away, but it's not going to be enough damage. BKB protecting to not enough, that's what he's now. Putting the trigger on that escape is going to be enough to be quick. And
oh, there goes your advantage.
A lot of determination.
That's the thing we were scared about, right?
Void and it worked out.
That's the thing we were talking about just a second ago, where Void just gets trapped on by the Doom, and PA has a protective item and just jumps on the Sniper. Like, he made a couple of misplays on the Sniper. First of all, what you want to do is you want to use your Hurricane Pike after the PA jumped on you, so you gain some range, slow her down with the headshot afterwards, so you get more range. No, he used it. I'm fairly sure he used it before he jumped.
He used it after.
Yeah,
got the force stuff away, but you didn't use it on Phantom Assassin, so you're gonna go half the distance.
Yeah, but that's the point. That's where they kind of lack that protectiveness for the Sniper with the voice of the picture. You don't have the Hurricane Pike up and running. You don't have enough damage to effectively deal damage through the BKB. You end up not doing anything into the PA. The second thing is, if you're getting going, you want to make sure, and you had one shrapnel charge left, drop one of your shrapnel charges over yourself. Just nobody wants to run into shrapnel ever.
Part of that was also that it's basically just the Sniper and the Void in the backlines. MH12 basically ignored Underlord, the Undying, who just went past the tower, just stopping Tombstone, trying to take a fight there. And it just straight up went past them. Like, if they were in a better position,
Yeah.
just throw their own spells to make it a little bit more awkward, despite the BKB for the PA to just go in like that, like they have been. Maybe the fight also looks different. So, bottom line, GGWellPlayed, they have to be very careful about how they engage.
They have to rubber band more together. They did spread out too much, and it costs them the entire team fight. At least they managed to get the tower, you could say, but the entire lead is gone now. Like, PA even overtook the sniper in terms of net worth. That's a BKB, that's a Desolator, and if she wants to, she has the Basher as well.
Yep. He's been with some buyback money for the time being, but both smoked up now, thinking about what they want to do with that. Could potentially turn this into a Roche. The Serpent was meaning that, but they have the Shadow Blade on the Doom, so they want to send them forward, try and find somebody, turn that into a tangible tier 2 objective.
Yeah, they want to bring you guys now. They also have like a Blade Mail on the Viper, which makes Blade Mail on the Doom as well. So it's 2 targets Sniper can't hit, because Sniper is everything but tanky.
Yeah.
Has a full MKB though, so MKB and the proc from Maelstrom, so all of his hits will go through the evasion practically.
Yep. At least you have that against the PA.
Yeah, I guess.
You can always hit her. Someone coming up on the other, swap on it now. My play is more there, the football spear pops it out, but it's the ice pop. They'll still find the Doom. The Tombstone is also down, and well, if there's nothing else, it's thrown the rest of them away. The Dooms should mean that, yeah, Jakiro.
Oh wow.
Very easy.
I'm dying.
Calsley would have died if that was a crit. Pulling it was a 9-player Shadow Blade forward.
Big mistake by Amitros. Doom on the Underlord is the last thing you want.
Oh my god, that was a big crit. Another BKB, and now he's going to continue here. God, and the Underlord ultimate.
But why TP?
Everybody, and they still triggered the Aegis. Actually, as I say, that Faith, they scouted out and it was still there. A quick TP inside that tree line.
Again, I feel like that was a questionable TP by Underlord. They have the Crimson Guard running. They could have just sacrificed everybody for the sniper once more and killed her twice.
Maybe respecting the damage from Viper, setting up for a couple more lucky crits from the PA after she comes back. It's been a bit of a risky play regardless.
Risky, yes, but the reward would have been so much better, because you would effectively stop all pushing. You would be able to maybe even claim a tier 3 if you manage to kill this this PA. They're undervaluing their sniper in those fights for their 4th time now. Sniper can absolutely run over everybody, especially because they knew there were no Doom. They could have done whatever. I mean, yes, Void kind of died in front line, but this time it was completely differently set up. We had the Venge, we had the Undying and the Underlord, all in the front line with a Crimson Guard running. There was no chance that they run past them towards the sniper, because they didn't even know precisely where he was standing. So if they just tag the front line with an Underlord with over 2.5k health points, they get the advantage out of the fight. They kill PA, they kill 3 everybody. Viper doesn't do as much anymore. He even picked up the Blink Dagger just so he can do something.
Taking that out of the picture. Certainly the right start, Mind Flayer. Does have another Chronosphere to work with.
Oh, there's a sentry.
And settle down soon. And back. Can they do the
no!
It's a swap out. I'm not sure what this one. They still find Shed Charm, but Hero will survive. But for the grace of God, Sniper not so lucky though. They do find yet to be there. Now, with the BKB for the next target. It's a 1k from Saber. Focusing on the down inside the pit. Oh man.
What was that?
Miscommunication. Chronosphere on 2.
They saved the Jakiro.
Not that it matters, because it was the 2 wrong heroes anyway. Like,
yeah, that's the last series you want to Chronos.
The Phantom Assassin.
If you get the Shadow Shaman in the Chrono, that's cool, but PA or Viper has to be in that Chrono. On the bright side, PA's charges on the BKB are going down to 7 seconds now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
That'll make it a lot easier for them to do it later on.
Yeah, because it's 34 minutes and already 3 charges used. If you get to 5, it devalues the item so much. It just doesn't do as much anymore, especially against the sniper. Sniper needs to like survive the 6 to 7 second area before he can effectively kill her.
Oh. Momentum swinging back and forth.
Ooh, 3 runes.
This should make my life easier.
Easy money.
100 gold, and then there is the full abyssal on the PA. Let's decide to keep the buyback down.
Move forward a little bit. Still 30 seconds on a chrono, so
Doom.
this is a bit scary, especially with the Doom also able to walk in. There's a Radiant sentry here, and they know about it because he was one of their own sentries. Doom will not be foolish enough to just straight up walk in there.
I'm still waiting on the high ground though. They don't want to spread out at this point.
It's all about 2 find 2 first. I mean, they can get the beat on the sniper with, or I think with either the PA or the Doom. That's a good spot. Damage 12, lose that utility, and if they then get chrono, this is the way that GGWellPlayed want to take these fights essentially. Like they did before, smoke rotation or something like that, kill one target, and try and find out who the right heroes to lock down are.
Yeah, but
Pistol Blade now, PA.
This is kind of
very scary hero if she can actually operate.
We kind of saw the story before, right? Where GGWellPlayed just absolutely wins the laning phase with one killer hero, and then they kind of lose a little bit of track and struggling to close out the game.
That was when they had some pretty solid counters as well with the Zeus against the Tinker. Remember that game from last night?
Yeah, but they don't really have it this game. Like they have an Undying who falls off, a Faceless Void who practically one of the heroes will always be taken out of the fight. They just have to calculate the fight with that if a Doom is around. There's also Viper who can kind of slow down the progression in the fight. So you get zoned. One of your heroes will get zoned. One of your heroes will be absolutely rendered useless, and then you have to deal with a Shadow Shaman Jakiro. So in that sense, the MH12 lineup is really for Protect 1. But if your Void is out of the picture and it's only the sniper against PA is gonna win that fight every time.
Oh yeah. The Chronosphere is gonna be the linchpin of the late game for sure. It's one of these spells that can really make or break it for either side, just depending on whether you land it or not. And he does have to link it to protect himself against the Doom. He himself does not have any way to break it right now. Really nice little pick off there if they found the Viper, but quick Hurricane Pike away.
Yeah, and Viper is still a fairly easy kill. He also went for a bit weird, yeah, pretty weird talents. Did decide to go for the Viper Strike DPS, has the 100 attack range on the Viper with the Hurricane Pike, so they have their own kind of sniper now.
Yeah. A bit nice.
I mean, nobody can match the sniper, especially if he hits that level 25, but they have to knockback. Yeah, that's something I want to talk about. So level 20 sniper, usually you will see the assassinate cast time, but they have the knockback distance with the headshot. And that is pretty good against the PA. It can interrupt her so much during hits. Against melee heroes, it's an absolute killer talent.
Yeah. I'm definitely behind that. Like, you give up on the ability to just quickly throw an assassinate to finish up a kill really quickly somewhere else in the fight, but
Assassinate
it's absolutely crucial to just keep her away from you as long as you possibly can.
I mean, the assassinate is pretty good. 0.5 instead of 2 seconds. on the channel, that allows you to quickly spam it out, especially on level 18. It has a 10-second cooldown with that's still 650 burst damage. Don't undervalue that. However, with the 2 blade melts up and running, that's probably the right choice.
Yeah. All right.
It's a lot of pinging for nothing.
Oh, nice juicy creep wave up top. Just pinging out. Yeah, it's still growing. What's the next item gonna be for her? Like, I would assume nullifier or something like that.
Don't think it's a nullifier game, perchance. I would even go so far and just try to get some mobility in terms of like something that makes you even more undesirable to hit, or straight up raw damage, or something that gives you protection. What would come to mind? Like going for the MKB counter defensive fine, or when there is a slot going on.
Nothing to see here.
I could see an AC on the PA. Scardy is another item that is nice. That would give you slow and survivability.
That's some extra armor. I mean, there's only way to take yourself against the sniper now with the evasion not really counting for anything.
She's at the point where she could go for something like Sheepstake or whatnot. Even Shadowblade would be nice. That's a mobility item.
Good for Shadowblade.
It would give you an edge.
There's a million sentries around anyway. Like, not really worth the money at this point.
Link dagger.
So not really thing.
I mean, sometimes the items is fine, but it's quite really.
Go in, we'll get the tombstone down, and he does only just with the second one he ends up dying, but instead, my player trying to just right down just shot Yuma as he's ready to come back. Sniper though, well, he is still alive, he is in this, and they don't actually expect him ready. They have to settle for the Underlord, the rest of his team's already dead. All back into face, not sure, but this one still has Hurricane Pike. Big gambles here.
Yeah, that's the magic the PA critted on that hit. That would have been a tip. That would definitely been a tip.
And a report.
Yeah. I mean, that was a big gamble. It ended up working. That's just the power of the Hurricane Pike against the PA. Because you have a jump every 5 seconds, nothing else. You just simply don't do anything after the jump is expanded and you can't reach any targets. It's in terms of like a life stealer. If you can't reach a target, you can't do damage. That's the power of a ranged hero. Especially sniper. But it's 2 barbacks already and they might still have ended up with losing the tower. It's 3 buybacks. Out and Aegis on the void.
The craziest part about this, you need to use controls here for that fight. So still have it available now. Doom and Kiro caught by that. There's 1 down, 2 down as they try to jump the backlines again. Anspraid doesn't look good spot, but needs time properly though. The good swap, the sniper right clicking away. The back is there, the crits are as well. Good time of course, and use the kitties to get out. Definitely coming back in with the Underlord ultimate. The shackles on all about Anspraid popping the shrine. Looking for more snipes. They're trying to continue this fight. Mind Player feeling very powerful right now with a couple of extra procs on time lock. They can still secure this down back. And it looks like they're in the will. No way to jump.
Evasion. Oh, the dash.
They will. I believe.
There we go.
Just have to be. And, well.
But they're gonna get 2
Heroes.
I mean, you get some buyback.
50 seconds of Viper for that, right?
Yeah, Viper do PA all brought back. Shadow Shaman up and running. Sniper just brought back and TP, so they're gonna get 2, if not 3 racks though. This might be the end. There's a big hero, right?
Magic 300%.
Yeah. It's a big hero. Do not damage those boys. That's an Aegis. Pick them off.
Dire's middle barracks
Won't be too surprised to see the GG call here. I mean, any other team would call it right now. We get to do. We should get the sniper. Maybe this will take very, very hard. Might be to 9 actually. It's a dieback regardless. But everyone is dead on the side for MH12. Viper is still 10 seconds. Still feels like eternity at this point. He cannot fight the faces boy either. He's not going to be available. Still got hit buildings though. There we go. He's taking the time to tip.
I love tipping.
Yeah. Of course you would.
I'm hungry enough.
Come on, it's great.
One of those.
It is really cool in pro games. Come on, it's gotta, like, you gotta be a fan.
I could do without honestly.
It's better than old chat flame.
Yeah.
Nothing like good old sarcasm tips. But yeah, Mega Hoops up and running, 17k gold lead. They did manage to pull it back this time. MH12 not completely out of it, but they don't really have the lineup to defend against Megas. Viper already did go for the Maelstrom. Not sure what PA is doing. It's a Battle Fury just to push it more, but no life steal on her end. No, never mind. She has the life steal talent. Yeah.
Could have come in handy about now.
Yeah, right. I mean, the armor corruption is objectively better.
Yeah.
30% cleave would be a sell, but 20, nah, not really.
Yeah. If you actually use it, it feels very underwhelming if you don't already have the Battle Fury. And, well, if you have the Battle Fury,
then why pick it up?
Want the extra cleave?
Like, yeah, I guess.
The map works out if you have a way to, like, make use of that in team fights, cleaving a couple of people down at the same time.
Darkseer Void, yeah.
So, yeah, but it's very hard to actually make that happen. Same way we don't see Battle Fury spend, which technically, if Battle Fury spend in power, the cleave would hit harder than the actual right click.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious in its own sense, but it's so janky and so hard to actually make use of.
Yeah, it's as hard as like the reasoning behind Conquer. That if you have the Quelling Blade, you deal extra damage if you cleave off a creep. The extra damage is applied to heroes behind that as well, but cleave is one of those weird kind of things in Dota. I always thought it's more like it is a farming tool with benefits in the team fight.
Yep, pretty much.
Unless you really have Magnus or Darkseer. Like if you know the enemy is stun locked on a specific spot, then even a 5% cleave is great. But yeah, most likely not going to happen. They're gonna smoke into the enemy base here.
Oh man,
they have a ward. That's a good smoke actually.
It's gonna be down to Faces Void, pick up the slack, but it's already disconnect without the GG call. Maybe they probably call GG.
I think you want to call it, but yeah, the system paused the game. So.
Yeah, and it's cool. He dropped the speed number 2 as well. 2 hours, 50 minutes of this one. We'll do that against our because that is a different story entirely. That is a pro team that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Already waiting in the finals.
We usually don't do that much betting, but I feel like this is a pretty safe bet for Titans.